London. We're here to meet the UK branch of the controversial ultra-Orthodox Jews of the Neturei Karta. These guys campaign against Zionism and for the immediate dismantling of the State of Israel. Many find their stance mind-boggling, and they're pretty unpopular, especially among other Jewish people. They're often labelled as extremists for hanging out with Iran's former president Ahmadinejad and far-right nationalists from Hungary's Jobbik party. I want to find out why the Neturei Karta are so driven by their convictions that they're ready to be alienated by their own people. I think that's him. Hi.
Hello.
I'm Milan.
Yes, my name is Rabbi Beck.
How big is the Neturei Karta here in Stamford Hill?
The fighters against Zionism here in Stamford Hill is several hundred. But people what they are anti-Zionists, there are thousands here in Stamford Hill.
Zionism is the belief that Jewish people should have their own nation. The movement gathered support through the early 20th century, and the State of Israel was established in 1948 in Palestine. Right from the start, Haredi Jews, known as ultra-Orthodox, voiced their opposition. Not only did they fear the rise of secularism, they also believed Jewish people shouldn't have their own state before the coming of the Messiah. Over time, some ultra-Orthodox groups softened their attitudes, and they began to enjoy the benefits of Israel. Others have maintained their opposition. And on the most radical end of the anti-Zionist spectrum is the Neturei Karta.
I will put in paper in the machine. I don't know how to print out.
Rabbi Beck is keen to get his message out, so he's invited me to tag along on a flyering mission around Stamford Hill. So is this your friend who's arriving?
Yes.
His protege, Rabbi Blyer, was coming along too. You have a very nice motorbike.
Oh, thank you. This is one flower. This is mostly explained why we are against the State of Israel.
Do you find it important to go around and distribute this?
Israeli propaganda is so strong. So obviously we feel obliged to do the opposite.
Sorry if you can see it inside. He will see it here.
So I go at the very back?
Yes, I'm very sorry.
Okay, that's fine. So how do you two know each other?
He was a teacher in school. I was a child in the same school. So I know him already as a kid. He was very famous as a child.
Deliver flyers like this to make more and more people aware of your existence?
Not of my existence, of the existence of the Torah. We are the Neturei Karta, guardians of the city. We try to guide people what is the right way in Judaism. Like if a woman going dressed not so modest, or there's some shops where they sell things not in the Jewish style, we call them, look, please stop it. You're not allowed here in our neighborhood. Of course, sometimes they get angry, but they understand that in the end of the day, we are right. If you don't like it, okay, it goes to other places. Nobody forces him to live here. I feel it for my duty in my life to teach people in the right way.
What is the right way?
You want me to teach you Judaism in 1 minute?
Can you?
Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
They're going to park here. Hard parking.
Rabbi Beck, I think you might have driven into the car behind us.
12 inches away.
Oh, okay. A Jew is not a Zionist. That must be your synagogue.
Yes. Sometimes here, people coming and they try to take it down.
Really?
Yes, but when I bought one sign, I bought in the same time 5. Because I know sometimes people get angry on us. They rip it off and we have to put it again. You can see also, they put here on the door the Star of David. We painted already down, but what we can do. Just 1 minute. The English
I never in my life thought I would see the inside of an ultra-Orthodox synagogue in Stamford Hill.
You can come in.
Thank you. You have a sign outside that says, "A Jew is not a Zionist," and You're in a very Jewish area here. Is that seen as controversial?
What it means controversial?
Something that makes people angry.
I can say that this synagogue came under attack a few times. Sometimes thrown stones on the window and I have to replace the window. They don't like what we say. So the only thing what they can say, oh, these are fanatic people, these are extremists.
How come so few people know about you guys?
How often did you see people like me? People like me you can see in the cartoons. But in the media you don't see people like me. So how you expect people to know what is the views of these Jews?
Is it possible to see a bit of the synagogue?
Okay. It's a small synagogue. We have here at least 40, 50 types of books against Zionism in the State of Israel. Here's the Holy Scriptures.
Yeah, what does it say?
Here is just a crown, that means the crown of the Torah. And here is just the beginning of each, the 10 Commandments.
Does the State of Israel break any of the 10 Commandments?
The 6th, don't kill. The 8th, don't steal. The basic of the Jewish religion is to trust God. If God sends us in exile, stay in exile. We have to wait for the coming of Messiah.
So is that why the Neturei Karta believe that Israel is against God?
100%, yes, of course.
The Neturei Karta consider themselves defenders of the faith. So I'm curious to hear what another Jewish movement that is also critical of Israel make of them. I've arranged to meet liberal Judaism's rabbi, Charlie Baginski. The Neturei Karta call themselves the true Jews. What does that mean that other Jewish people are in their eyes?
The Neturei Karta would define that they interpret scripture in the right way, and the rest of us have it wrong. It's very much their way or no way. So we wouldn't be considered Jewish, my children wouldn't be considered Jewish, our rabbis are not recognised.
Would you say that they have a fundamentalist view of the Torah?
Sure. Once any interpretation becomes unquestioning, it's problematic.
So your movement is, as you call it, a critical friend of Israel. The Neturei Karta is taking that a lot further. What do you think about that?
There's been a very large conversation within the Jewish community about when it's legitimate and when it's not legitimate to criticise Israel. It's the Neturei Karta's view that the state of Israel shouldn't exist until the Messiah comes, and they will do anything to ensure that that religious ideal is fulfilled. While they wait for the Messiah, the Neturei Karta seem determined to get their voices heard.
I'm trying to find where Rabbi Back lives. He's invited us over because some of the guys from the Neturei Karta are coming over to make banners for protests happening for Nakba Day. Nakba means the disaster in Arabic. Nakba Day is the day Palestinians mourn their displacement when the State of Israel was created. But this is also Israeli Independence Day, when Israelis have a party to celebrate the creation of their country.
Hello, how are you?
Tomorrow going to be a demonstration against the State of Israel. We participate in these demonstrations to bring out our message to show for the world that Jews and Zionists are not the same thing. Also, je doet het alle Zionists, ja? Jeder zijn dat wij ons samengesteld voor vier. Dus de push te zeggen dat
Judaism rejects the State of Israel and condemns its atrocities.
Yes.
The protest falls on a Saturday, the Sabbath, so there's a bunch of restrictions they must stick to, one being not to use public transport.
This is a Hyde Park where the Israeli embassy located just here.
Okay.
Our synagogue is located here.
This is going to be such a long walk.
It's a long of 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours?
Yes.
So we need to be prepared.
Shabbos, we are not allowed to touch an electric device. We can't speak into the mic. And also, when we're walking, we need a non-Jewish man going between us.
Okay, so everything will be okay as long as there's a man standing between you and me.
Yes.
And you cannot talk straight into the microphone.
And also, Saturday, we are not carrying nothing. Nothing. We're not carrying nothing. This is one of the laws.
So you're going to walk across the entirety of London for 3 hours, carrying signs.
No. You forgot we are not allowed to carry Saturday anything. We will wear it on.
Okay. Okay.
It's not easy to be Jewish. Don't become Jewish.
There are going to be a lot of Palestinians present at the protest. How will you be received?
Oh, very welcomed. Very welcomed. when we coming, many times,
Do pro-Israeli people come down and
yes, 100%. They feel very angry, and they're crying on us. But what can we say? We bring out the right message of Judaism, and this is the right message of Judaism. I mean, when you look, who is the real Jew? Look of me and look of him. He don't look as a Jew at all. He don't keep the Shabbos. He have no problem with Shabbos like I have. He don't walk to the protest 3 hours. He just coming by the car and park it in the side. And he say, oh, I'm a religion Jew.
so are there like clashes when the pro-Israelis come down and they see you wearing Free Palestine?
Yes, because of that we have the police.
So does it get violent?
Usually not. The police watch. If not the police, then it's get violent, of course. We hope to bring out our message for them all to know. You know, the Zionists have the power, and the media have the power, and we haven't got nothing. We have only one thing we have got on our side.